Aloha! Treasure Trollers is here today. Good afternoon, treasure seekers and fans of the show, The Curse of the Civil War Gold. Today we're going to discuss Season 2, Episode 2. Sorry about that last video. It took 9 minutes to tape and 9 hours to edit. So we're going to go back to the old way. So we're here at, it's called Mercury Park in Grand Haven. We're looking at what used to be a ice, like a floor hockey type roller hockey rink. It's no longer. Just going to show you some of the nice public facilities that Grand Haven has. If you've never been to this town, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful summer vacation spot. But let's get on to the main topic. Episode 2. We're going to forget about the skinny dipping in Frankfurt. There's just nothing going to be there. Let's just all get over that. And we're not going to worry about the tunnel. From the looks of the tunnel that they allegedly come across in the upcoming episodes, that tunnel looks too small even for Andy Dufresne to crawl through. So that leaves us with what exactly from episode 2 can we talk about? In episode 2 is the question that we need to ask or need to answer is, did you notice something? Did you notice something? What might that be? Well, if you do watch the show, you'll see sometimes in the beginning of the show, they recap the theory in a highlighted type clip. They'll show the capture of Jefferson Davis, and they'll show how the money moved from, I don't know if it's Alabama, up to Muskegon. Remember that map they had with the arrow on it? And then they showed the boxcar getting dumped off the car ferry. That little clip. Well, there's something about that clip that was different than all the other clips they showed. And they had to do it in order to try to make this episode work. And that is, you'll notice they never mentioned a date in that highlight clip, nor did they mention the gentleman that they accused in season 1 of being there and tossing the boxcar off the back of the car ferry. So they got rid of that, because if you go back and watch the video Boxcar Named Desire, which I had to admit was one of my more favorite ones to make, you'll see why. The logistics of the dates and the people don't match up. Just to give you an example, the only way that gold could have been moved up there was after 1919, because that's when the Hackley Union Bank was built. The gold was transferred from the Hackley National Bank under the street through a tunnel over to the Hackley Union Bank. Then it was loaded on the car ferry or moved up to Frankfurt, and then it was dumped into the lake. And they accused Minty of doing that. But Minty died in like 1907. So there's no possible way. So that's one example of why they, I think, decided to get rid of the names and the dates in this. So either they've been watching Treasure Troller, or reality hit them smack in the middle of the face, and they realized they couldn't keep doing what they were doing and make this thing work. Now, me being a very humble person and not wanting to take any type of credit, I'm going to say It was the reality, the cognitive dissonance that finally got to them. But there's a little part of me that says they're watching. So, what did they need to make work for this episode to get rid of all those dates? And that was when they introduced that poor gentleman to the show about his seeing the gold down in a mysterious vault. I'm assuming in the Hackley Union Bank, because that's the bank that they were in when they were down there busting open all those safe deposit boxes. Now, when the guy says he saw bricks of gold down there, I believe him. I absolutely believe him. There's no reason to disbelieve him. The problem is, unless he worked at the Hackley Union Bank around 1918 or 1919, 1920, it wasn't the same gold. So, I don't understand why, as soon as that one guy, Dykster's brother, I believe, once he hears the word gold, he just starts like a kid at Christmas. I don't know why they're getting so excited about hearing the word gold from a guy who was probably in there during the 70s, maybe even the 80s. You notice they didn't talk about the time frame that he saw the gold. So once again, it's just another feeble attempt at ignoring the obvious and focusing on the obscure. If you've just started watching these videos, I recommend going back and watching some of the other videos. The Boxcar Named Desire, they brought up I think the big reveal video, why there was no gold, is another one. That one's going to be the heartbreaker for some people that are big fans of the show. And I also have one out on the Hackley Hume Mining Company. And they brought up the mining in this episode. So that may be another one. I think we've covered it pretty well to where they're not really introducing anything new anymore. It's all the same old with just a little twist. So that's going to be about it. So just to recap, go back and watch that beginning of that show. Or when they do that highlight clip, they don't mention dates, they don't mention who did it. They don't accuse anyone of throwing the boxcar in. And there's a reason for that. It's because the dates and the people don't match up. They're long gone. The gold, he probably saw it. Well, like I said, he wasn't working there in 1919 when the Union Bank opened. But he probably saw it. And the tunnel system, it's probably an old sewer line. It doesn't really matter. I guess it makes for interesting TV, but it doesn't do anything for the truth. So with that, Treasure Troller signing off by saying aloha. Have a good day, everyone.